Hello, I'm Douglas from Gaijin-Eyes, and in this tutorial I'll be looking closer at spline objects. The ability to create, adjust and control spline objects is an important skill needed in the creative design of unique text effects. I'll start by adding a new 3D container to this blank timeline, and in the container I'll add new media, spline object. Having done that, you'll see that the pen tool is already active. However, before I begin creating the object, I will go over to the control panel and go to Fill and switch off Fill. This is to make it easier to follow what's happening with the points and lines. Once you've created your object, you will probably want to switch on Fill again. Moving into the composite window, if I left click, a point will be created. This is a cusp point. I'll move over and create a new point, and we'll move down here and create a third point. Now you can see that between cusp points there are straight lines. Move over, and this time when I click I'll keep the mouse button down. Now I'll drag, and you can see I've created a point with Bezier handles. This is known as a smooth point. Let's make one more smooth point. Click, hold down, drag. There's a third type of point, a tangent point. You create a tangent point by holding down the left mouse button, holding down Alt and dragging. As you can see, there's only one Bezier handle on a tangent point. I'll make one more tangent point. Click, hold down Alt and drag. And to round off, we'll make one more cusp point and finish by moving over the first point again, clicking and closing the object. I can move any of the points I have created by moving the pen tool over a point, click, hold down on the button and move the point to wherever I want it. I can also restrict movement when I move a point to either horizontal or vertical. Click on this point, hold the mouse button down, don't move, press and hold Shift. Now begin moving horizontally. Even if I try to move vertically, it is restricted to horizontal movement only. Likewise, if I want to lock the vertical axis of movement, choose this one for example, click, hold down Shift, begin moving vertically, and you see I can't move horizontally. You can also change the property of points. We'll choose this one again. This is a cusp point, it has no Bezier handles. If I press Y on the keyboard, it changes to a smooth point with Bezier handles. We'll go to this smooth point and select it. Now if I press U, it will change to a cusp point. I can toggle back and forwards between Y and U. Y, U, Y, U. I'll make a simple smooth point curve. First click, move to here, click and then drag, and then click again here. So I have a curve. Select the smooth point so that the handles appear. If I select one arm of the handle, keep the left mouse button down, I can angle this so that the arm moves like this, or I can make the arm longer or shorter. But as you can see, only the arm I have selected is changing in length. If I want to change both arms equally and keep them the same length, I hold down Control, then select the arm, and now when I pull you can see they're both moving equally. If I wanted to change the length of one arm and also change its angle without affecting the second arm, I would hold down Alt, click, and now I can angle this arm and change its length, or I could choose the other one, hold down Alt and change this one. If I want to add a new point somewhere on this line, I move closer to the line so it changes to yellow, hold down Alt and click, and I have created a new point. By default, the point is a smooth point. If I want this to be a cusp point, I could press U and I would have a cusp point. To remove a point, let's say this one, you select the point and press Delete. If I want to split a spline track, I have to go to a point, select the point, move over to the toolbox, to the scissors tool, press Shift on the keyboard, then select the scissors tool. Keep Shift down, move back over the selected point and double click. It should turn into a white rectangle. Now I'll select the pen tool, and when I come back you can see I have split this at this point. If I want to split a line somewhere between points, I have to first create a point at the position I want to split. Move closer to the line so it changes color, hold down Alt and click. Now I created a point. I will make this into a cusp point by pressing U. The point is still selected. Move across to the scissors tool, hold down Shift, select the scissors tool, come back and double click. Using the pen tool I can now separate the two new cusp points. Finally, I'd like to show you a problem that can occur when you are making a spline track or a spline object. I'll begin making a simple spline object. As I'm making the object, I may think, oh, let's turn on fill. So I leave the composite area and go across. Under Controls, choose Fill and switch on Fill. And then I think, oh, wait a moment, let's not have fill, so switch it off again. I come back, and just before I click here to continue, keep your eye on Spline Object 1 down here. When I click to continue, all the points disappear from my incomplete object. If I now click one more time, I have a Spline Object 2 starting. I wasn't able to continue my Spline Object 1. To fix this, let's first of all delete Spline Object 2. Select Spline Object 1. This happens when you leave the composite box and go outside to change something and come back. To continue, you select the last point you created, move away from the point, hold down Alt and click. Now you can continue. However, there's still one problem to be fixed. If you decide to close the object now by clicking on the first point, nothing happens. To close the gap between these two, I would have to make one more point. With the point selected, I drag it over the first point and release. Now the object has been completed. In the next tutorial, I'll show you how to use many of the skills from this tutorial to make this effect by using spline objects in BCC Title Studio. That's all for now. Bye.